We're about when we go for measuring the things which are not standard, like we measure the mass in kg, we measure the temperature in degrees Celsius or degree Kelvin. Okay, when we go for measurement other than that, so we need to create the scale, measurement scale. Okay, so we saw the what is meant by scale, measurement scale. Then we saw the classification of measurement scale as a nominal scale, ordinary scale. Ordinary scale means what? We arrange in the order, but the difference between the two consecutive uh, values will not be same. Then we saw next scale called as interval scale. In the interval scale, the difference you can say what is in the ordinary scale? Can anyone tell? Okay, like here ordinary scale, nominal scale means what? Yes, nominal scale. Nominal scale means we just give the number. Okay, like cricketers, we give the just number on, like I gave the example that time. Okay. Then we go for ordinary scale. Ordinary scale means what? We arrange in the order, but difference between two consecutive values is not same. Then interval scale, the difference between two consecutive values is same. But what happens in the interval scale? The true zero is not mentioned. Okay. So we cannot take the ratios. Okay. Next scale is what? Ratio scale. Here true zero is mentioned. So if the true zero is mentioned, we can take the ratios. You can take the multiplication. Okay. So we saw the four types of the scale. Now, then we started about the scale construction.
Sir,
Then there,
any
yes.
example of that? Any example of this scale, like where we are using this nominal or ordinary scale in the research experiment or somewhere like, or
No, I have
I'm
already
correct?
given. Okay. Or nominal scale means what? Like here, I have given the example. Okay. You can see the numbering. Nominal scale means the here it is just a tag. Okay. Like here, I have shown the Jadeja is player number 8. But here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have no meaning. It doesn't mean that Jadeja is at 8 number, is in the performance, it is at 8 number. Nothing like that. Okay. It is just a identification tag that is called as nominal scale. Okay.
Okay,
It is
like
just,
Tendulkar having 99 number, but we have the 12 players only, 11 players in the cricket, correct? But
yeah,
we have
yeah.
the 99 number or
It is
74
only
number of persons.
identification tag. Like suppose I
Okay.
have in the school I have 10 buses. Suppose I like we have around 44 buses. So bus number 1, bus number 2, it is just identification tag. So if you add all the numbers, will there be any meaning? 24 to 44, if I add, there is no meaning. It is only the identification tag that is called as nominal scale. Okay, so I have given the example of numbering the players. Okay, then we'll move to the ordinary scale. The ordinary scale means what? We arrange in the ascending or descending order. Okay, like here I give the example of packages, salary package got in the placement for the student. So we may arrange like in that case we arrange generally from descending order. So first one will be the toppest package got. Okay, so it will go on increase. But what happens? The difference between two consecutive person is not same salary.
Not same.
Okay, so
Okay.
that is called as, it is only ordinal means order. It is order either
Mhm.
rising or decreasing. Okay. Then
Mhm.
comes interval scale. Here, what happens in the interval scale? The difference between two consecutive values is same. Okay. Like if you, I
Okay.
gave the example of temperature. Temperature will be every the like 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 4 degree, 5 degree, like this. Okay. So there is
Mhm.
difference of 1 degree. Okay. So there is the interval scale. Okay. But what happen in interval scale, if you don't know where is the exact origin, okay, and
Mhm.
if you take the what is called as a ratio, like uh, actual scientific scale of temperature is Kelvin, so it's true zero is 0 Kelvin. Okay, but if you use degree Celsius, how we obtain the Kelvin? We obtain Kelvin by adding 273 to the degree Celsius. Okay, so like
Yes.
there is a 2 degree, like there is 30 degree and 60 degree. If I divide 60 degree by 30 degree, whether it is double, it is not double actually. Okay, so if you divide 60 by 30, it comes 2. But real sense, the 0 degree Celsius is the true zero of the scale. The true zero is what? Minus 273. Okay, degree Celsius.
Mhm.
Okay, minus 273 is the actual zero of the temperature scale. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to convert to the Kelvin and then take the ratio. That ratio, if you take, it is not 2. Okay, so in the interscale, the true zero is not mentioned. Okay, so we cannot do multiplication, we cannot do the division. Okay, so in the next scale, which is more appropriate, ratio scale, here 2 0 is mentioned. Okay, as 2 0 is mentioned, we can do multiplication, we can do division. So we can say ratio scale and interval scale are more used in the, we can say, in the real life for science and engineering. Okay. Other scale we can also use for other purposes. Okay. Then now question comes how to create the scale. Okay. Then arbitrary approach here, the scale is created based on the concept conceived by the person who is conducting the research surveys. Okay. Then come consensus approach. Okay. In consensus approach, what we do, we create the questionnaires, okay, and we ask the weightage for each factor, okay. Consensus means common agreement. We can say consensus means what? Common agreement. Then the item analysis approach we saw last time, okay. Today we'll see cumulative scale, okay, and factor scale. So just I will quickly revise the item analysis approach so that you can consider. Okay, consensus approach we saw. We take the surveys, and before going for surveys, we give the questionnaires to the few persons and then try to get the weightage for each question. Okay. Then item analysis approach. So in the item analysis approach, we saw Likert scale. Okay. Okay. So in the item analysis approach, what we do, total scores are calculated for everyone, and individual items are then analyzed to determine which item discriminate between the persons with the higher score and those with the low score. Okay, so we saw Likert type scale. Okay, so we generally, there are different levels of the Likert scale. So this example for the 5 level which is generally used, like strongly agree, disagree, neither agree nor disagree, agree, strongly agree. Okay. So Likert scale is a bipolar scaling method measuring either positive or negative response. Okay, then we created a Likert scale. I also sent a few example for Likert scale, some PDF or JPG I sent to the group. Okay, so Likert scale is very important. Okay. Then I saw, I explained you how to calculate whether it is on plus side or minus side. Okay. The response. Okay. So suppose there are 30 questions and most favorable, generally what we do, most favorable we give the highest mark 5 and least favorable or unfavorable we give the mark 1. So we rise from 1 to 5. Okay. So suppose there are 30 questions, then If the all are favorable, then maximum marks will be 150. All are unfavorable, then maximum mark will be 30 into 130. So we say if the marks are between so we also find the neutral or the neutral attitude. So middle is 3. So 3 into 30, it is 90. So we say if the marks are less than 90, it is unfavorable. We say if marks are more than 90, it is favorable. Okay. Like that, we work with the Likert scale. Okay. So I also explain the steps in that. Okay. Now, so what we do is to array this total score and find out the statement which have higher discriminative power. Okay. For this purpose, researcher may select some part of highest and lowest source. Now say top 25% and bottom 25%. So we see the most discriminatory power, whether it is either more plus side or more negative side. Okay. So these two extreme groups interpreted to be represent the most favorable and least favorable attitude. Okay. Okay. Now, so we saw what is called a Likert scale. It is one of the most used, we can say, the scale construction method. You might have seen many times. So also I sent you the examples of the Likert scale. Okay. Now we'll move to the next scale generation method that is called as cumulative approach. So what happens in the cumulative approach? So what we do here, we rank the questions or statement, okay, in the ascending descending order, okay. Generally, arranged in the ascending order. The statements are arranged in a such way that suppose there are 5 statements, and if the statement number 5 is correct, it means the other statement 1 to 4 are also correct. So this will be arranged. Okay. So suppose there is endorsements of one endorsement of any atom representing the extreme position, which also means there is endorsement of the all the atom indicating a less extreme position. Okay, that we will explain. So one of the important point here regarding this cumulative approaches, it is difficult to create. Okay, it is difficult to create this cumulative approach. It is difficult to create. Okay, so I was searching more what's called as proper or more convincing example for this cumulative approach, and I could get that. So I will also explain that example. So in cumulative approach, we use Goodman's scaleogram analysis. Okay. So, like other scale, also here we it contains the series of the statement, okay, which a respondent expresses agreement or disagreement. So we ask the question in yes or no form, okay, and then we use this, okay. So before going for surveys, we have to create these questions or statements, okay. So, special feature of this type of the scale is that it is in the cumulative series. Okay, cumulative series means question number 3. If it is correct, it is also agreed that question number 1 and 2 are agreed. Okay, so we have to arrange in the cumulative series. Okay, in the other words, we can say that suppose there are 5 questions. Okay. Question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the respondent says that statement number 4 is correct, it means that statement number 3, statement number 2, and statement number 1 is also correct. Please understand. Okay. So that's why creating the statement itself is a we can say difficult. Okay. Because they are linked together. And when we say that question number 5, statement number 5 is correct, means what? All the statements are correct if it contains the 5 questions. Okay. So that is the meaning of this. Okay. So when I say statement number 4 is correct, means what? All the statement 1, 2, 3, and 4 are correct. Only the statement number 5 is not correct. Okay. So if I say statement number 5 is correct, means what? All the statements are correct. So creating this statement is itself a very difficult task, because when I was searching the example for this, I saw a few examples and I was not able to convince. Okay, because the examples were not able to give that feature. Okay, so ultimately I got the example that I will tell you, and you will convince that they are in the cumulative series form. Okay, so one of the problem with the Gutmann scale is that it is difficult to create the scale. One of the problem with Gutmann's scale is that it is difficult to create. Okay, and we need to create in the ascending order. Okay, okay. So it is also called as a scale analysis. Okay. So here there is one term called as unidimensional. So we can say the scale is unidimensional. Okay. So if the responses fall into the pattern in which the endorsement of the atom reflecting the extreme position results also endorsing all the atoms which are at less extreme positions. So we can say that it is unidimensional. Okay, what it means that if the statement 4 is correct, means what? All the statement below that, that is 1, 2, 3 are correct. So that is called as unidimensional. Okay. So what we do, we just create the statement and tell the respondent to say yes or no. Okay, whether he say agree or disagree, yes or no. Okay. Now, if it is a unidimensional, then the pattern will be like this. I will just show you pattern. Okay. Okay, like if all the statements are correct, suppose there are 4 statements. Okay, all the 4 statements are correct. Okay, then the score will be 4. If the statement number 3, 2, 1 is correct, then it is the score is 3. And when the atom 2 and 1 is correct is 2, and when the statement 1 is correct, then 1. But you will see that if you go from below, statement number 1 is correct, then if we see the next, the statement number 2 and 1 is correct. Okay. Then statement number 3. So if you go, it is a ascending order. It is from below. Okay. The first response, all are 0. So it is 0 scale. Only first response is correct. Then second response is correct. 3, 2, 1 is correct. And response number 4, 3, 2, 1 is correct. So it is called as what? Unidimensional scale. Okay. Means what is the meaning of that? When the statement is 4, 4 is correct means what? Statement number all below it are also correct. 3, 2, 1 is also correct. When the statement number 3 is correct, means what? The statement below that 2, 1 is also correct. Also the 3 is correct. When the statement number 2 is correct means what? 2 and 1 is correct. Like this. Okay. That is called as unidimensional scale. Okay. So basically Gutmann's approach, it is a unidimensional scale. Okay. So now it is a more, we can say, it is time to see the example. Can anyone give the example before that? Yes. Where we can form the scale, Gutmann scale. Can anyone give the example? Okay. So I will give the example which is more convincing. Okay. So if I say the statement number 5 is correct, it also means that all the statement before that 1, 2, 3, 4 are correct. So it is a more, I can say it is the most convincing example. So in this example, it is about person's relationship with the snake. Okay. The example is about person's relationship with the snake. Snake is a, you can say snake is a danger animal. Okay, so we will ask the questionnaire. We'll ask the question, 5 questions to the respondent. Like question number 1, the person will say, I will look at a snake in the zoo from a distance. I will look at the snake. That means I will just look at the snake. Okay. I will not go near to him. Okay. Not touch him. This is the first can say statement. Second question statement is I will go near to the snake. Then third, I will touch a snake. Fourth one, I will have a snake as a pet. Fifth one is I will keep the snake on my bed with me. Okay. So this scale is very appropriately created. So if you answer any question, it's a very good example. If you answer any question, like if I answer the question number 3 as a correct, I will touch a snake. Okay. What it means? When you want to touch the snake, you need to go to the snake, near to the snake. Okay. Close to the snake. Okay. So before going, you will also see the snake from the far distance. So this is very good example where when the statement number 3 is correct, means also the statement number 1, statement number 2 are correct. So I say statement number 5. I will keep a snake on my bed with me. Okay, what it means? That it gives the chances that the snake is his pet animal. He or she will touch the snake. He will go close to the snake. He will also watch the snakes. Means all the statements are correct. Okay. that is the called as Gutmann scale. So it is very, I will say it is very difficult to create the Gutmann scale, okay? Because we have to arrange the statement in a such way that the, can say highest, means highest statement should be such that if it is selected, it should indicate that all the previous statements are correct. Okay. So this is the most, I will say, a very good example of Gutmann scale. Now, we'll go to the another example that is not 100%, we can say that when the statement number 5 is correct, it directly tells that all the previous statements are correct. Okay, but we assume it may be correct. Okay. Now, it is about so it is about okay, it is just a minute. So it is about mathematical ability of primary student. Okay, so it is from 1 to 5. So I just have not enter the 1 to 5. This is 1, this is 2, this is third level, fourth level, and fifth level. Okay, the lowest level I mentioned, I've taken the example from internet. Okay, the student is able to count 100. Okay, the student is just able to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so on. Then next level of we can say difficulty is he or she is able to perform the addition, like 2 plus 5, it is 7. 3 plus 5, it is 8. Like this. Addition. Student is able to perform the addition. So this is the addition is next level. Okay. Just remembering 1 to 100, it is not having any mathematical calculations. Okay. The next level is able to perform the addition. Then comes the performing the subtraction. Okay, it is the difficult than addition. Okay, then he is able to perform the multiplication. Then comes the student, he or she is able to perform the division. So multiplication is easier, division is difficult. So when I say the student is able to perform the division, it means that he is able to perform the multiplication, he is able to perform the difference, addition, and he is able to count the number from 1 to 100. Okay. So here it is not necessary, but we assume. Okay. So once he knows division, means he knows multiplication, he knows subtraction, he or she knows addition. Okay, he knows 1 to 100. Okay. So this is a Gutmann scale developed to assess the mathematical ability of the primary student. Okay, so can anyone create the scale for the student? Can give some example for Gutmann scale? Yes, from the student. Can anyone give the example of Gutmann scale? Or you can create the scale and send me on the WhatsApp. Okay, Gutmann's example of Gutmann scale. So this is also, we can not very good example, but it is an example of Gutmann scale to assess the mathematical ability of primary student. So when
Excuse me, sir. Sorry,
yes.
counting marbles while playing a game can be a very good example of Gutmann scale. Marbles.
Counting the marbles.
Yeah. in a game.
Yeah, if you tell me if you give me the statement, then and then I will understand that whether it is an example of Goodman scale or not. So you have to create the scale. Okay.
Okay.
Any
Okay,
activity
I'll do it.
cannot be, I am telling any activity cannot be the example of Goodman scale, but the statement you give, okay,
Yeah.
they should be in a such way that if I say the last statement is correct, means all the statements are correct. Okay.
Correct.
That way you have to
Okay, we'll
create
try.
this. Yeah, you can try some Goodman scale example. Okay. Then next is so one of the problem with the Goodman scale is what? It is difficult to create. Okay. So he give me the example. Example cannot be the, you can say it is a Goodman scale. Thus only when you create the statements and you arrange the statement in a such way that if I pick any statement, like if I pick the third statement, means what? The statement itself and previous statement should be correct. Okay. So here the skill is creating the questions, statements. That is the skill. Okay. So it is little difficult, but you can try and create some example. Okay. Of Goodman scale. So when you create the statement, you expect like if you give this to the student, so what I will ask, student is just I will now suppose I create the question or statement, student is able to count up to the 100. Okay, so what I expect the answer from the respondent either yes or no. When it ticks yes means it is correct. If it stick no means not correct. Okay, like this. Okay, so this way we create Goodman scale, and this definitely needs a skill. Now next is factor analysis. So factor analysis here. So what we try to do that suppose there are many parameters. So what we want to do is reduce the number of parameters. Okay. So that is called as factor analysis, or it is also called as dimension reduction. Okay. So factor analysis, I will try to give the example here. I think not done here. I will give the example here. I think here it is. Okay. So I'll just share the screen. So I'm sharing the screen and hope you are able to see. So here there is an example purchase barriers for potential customers. Okay, so we have created the statements. Price is prohibitive, overall implementation cost. We cannot reach the consensus in our organization. Product is not consistent with our business. I need to develop a return of investment, but cannot, have not. We are lack into contract with other product. The product benefit don't overweight the cost. We have no reason to switch. Our IT department cannot support your product. We do not have sufficient technical resources. Your product does not have feature and other. Okay. So there can be three factors in this analysis, like, so when we have created question, what is hidden inside that is, you can say, so heavyweight, is related to cost, then related to IT, then third is related to organization factor. Actually, there we have well created question. There are so many questions, but ultimately what it means? It means that it is related to cost, it is related to IT, and it is related to organizational factor. So out of so many questions, so 12 questions, so only if you see the major factors are 3. Okay, so that is called as factor analysis. Okay, so I think time is about to, so it is about creating the scale. Okay, so if you have any question, you can ask. Now start preparing for exam. Okay. I'm not able to go there.
Sir, we have time. 1 minute.
Yes, that is soon.
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
We have time, sir.
Yes.
I have created one example.
Mm-hmm.
Ankita knows traffic rules.
Mm-hmm.